Greetings LEGO fans and welcome back to another build. For this week's release, we have something I've been looking forward to for quite some time. The 1989 Batwing. Kit number 76161, 2,363 pieces, and it isn't anywhere near as cool as the 1989 Batmobile released last year. Then this is going to be one epic display piece. Not only looking great on this display stand, but also being able to hang it on the wall, so that's pretty cool. And additionally, coming with that same really awesome Batman minifigure we had last year, plus an exclusive Joker minifigure along with his henchman. So that all sounds like a pretty great package, and I'm definitely looking forward to all of that. So let's get this thing unboxed so we can get this build underway, so we can have a finished look at the Batwing. Alright, it's built, and the first thing I gotta say is that I enjoyed this build process in a way that I don't get to enjoy most kits. Typically, you start out by building something small, which is of course normal because the pieces are small, and it slowly grows, evolves, and turns into something recognizable as you see one little piece here, one little piece there, and it develops into your finished product. But with the Batwing, it was a completely different experience because you built something really large right off the bat, and it takes on the shape of the Batwing very early on, so you know exactly what you're building. And from there, you just keep adding to it, refining the shape, until eventually you've recreated the iconic Batman logo in Batwing form. Starting with the cockpit, the canopy itself is made of 5 separate transparent pieces, giving us, the viewers, a very good look at the interior, and, of course, giving Batman a very wide range of viewing angles. There's no hinge mechanism here, so when you want to get a close look at the interior, all you have to do is lift the canopy straight off. In here, we can see a very wide, comfortable looking pilot seat. Loads of instrument panels on the sides, which, of course, it's a Batman vehicle, it's gotta have tons of buttons and switches. Ahead of all that, we have the flight controls, and flipping it around, we can see the targeting computer, which, as it was in the movie, has Joker dead set in his crosshairs. But, for some reason, still wasn't able to hit him. If this Batwing weren't shot down, I'm pretty sure Alfred would have been tasked with recalibrating the targeting computer. Moving back to behind the pilot's chair, we have the Bat engine, which I find to be a little bit confusing because it's actually just a little compartment which you can flip up, revealing a pair of crowbars. I did a little googling on this, and most people didn't really seem to know what this is about, but there was one person who suggested that you can use these two crowbars to lift up the bottom of the pilot seat, exposing that specialized piece that you can use for hanging the Batwing, making wall hangings a little bit easier. Flanking either side of the cockpit, we have a pair of missiles and the machine gun. Unfortunately, neither of these retract, as they did in the movie, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but they still look pretty great here, so I'm going to give it a pass. Just in front of those, we have these little fins, which I'm assuming is the air intake for the jet engine, very similar to the large array of fins we have in the back, which I'm assuming is where the jet engine exhaust comes out. It's a little ironic that the jet engine is easier to identify in Batman's car than it is his actual jet. Moving along down the wing, we find a little aerial flap, which you can position as you will to simulate whatever turning position you'd like. Some nice detailing with the grilled section right next to it. And then the outer curve of the wing, which I find has been recreated very nicely, considering that these pieces are all quite square. Along the bottom, there's not too much to see here, just a plain flat black finish, with some nice smooth pieces in case you want to rest this Batwing on a table or hang it on the wall instead of using the display stand. In addition to a square hole for the display stand, the mounting hole for the wall hanging, and off just behind that, we've got two little Batwings. A little bit of extra detail in a spot probably no one's ever going to look. But hey, why not? And finally, mounted on the display stand, we have this little plaque, which has all kinds of little stats and information about the Batwing itself. And now we have the minifigures, where we have Batman, sporting the same awesome cape as he had in the 1989 Batmobile kit. The Joker, dressed in his mime outfit that he used for only one scene in the movie, having his quill pen in his hand, which he used as a murder weapon. And finally, we have this guy, who on the LEGO site is only listed as a boombox goon, which I don't get, because this guy clearly has a name.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
I don't know how LEGO missed that one, but don't worry, Lawrence, you'll never be just a nameless boombox goon in my books. And just as it was with the 1989 Batmobile kit, there's a little stand for these minifigures. Although, I find the stand made a little more sense with that kit, because here we have the ledge with the gargoyles on it, as it was at the end of the movie, but the Joker wasn't wearing his mime outfit in the scene, and Lawrence never made it up the bell tower. So, while this is nice continuity with the 1989 Batmobile kit to have this for the 1989 Batwing, it doesn't really match as well. I think it's pretty obvious that this kit was made for display. It's quite large, just shy of 2 feet or 60 centimeters across, and very much looking like the Batman symbol, which is especially obvious if you hang on the wall, as I'm planning on doing, which makes it very visible from even across the room, where people tend to get drawn into it before they even realize it's the Batwing. I do wish there was a mechanical or hidden feature, maybe like the machine guns popping out from a panel, but that's not the case, and still, as something to hang on the wall and just look at, this kit is fantastic. As a play kit, this one score is actually quite low. It's a little bit too large, a little bit too unwieldy, so there you have it, not for play. As for pieces to reuse, the Batwing scores very well, having a nice assortment of parts from large Technics pieces for creating frameworks, to plates, large bricks, and nice little detailing pieces throughout. Additionally, incorporated into the design, there's 2 pink heart plates and 2 little Batman discs, which are built into the ship. If you wanted to, you could easily substitute these for some other pieces, without compromising the Batwing. So, in conclusion, I think this kit is really best suited for AFOLs and Batman fans alike. Anyone who's looking for a nice piece of Batman deco to hang on the wall for all to appreciate.